What helps you live longer, an ice bath or a sauna? The answers, they might surprise you. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the importance of some of these powerful technologies in ice baths and in saunas that have been around for centuries. However, the research is unbelievable behind both cold plunge and around saunas. So essentially there's what they call cold shock proteins as well as heat shock proteins that get stimulated from the stress of both sauna and cold plunge. And they affect you differently. They affect you in different ways, radically, around longevity, around health, around the reduction of inflammation, around brain health and optimization, etc. So here's some of the main points that I want to get across around both cold plunge and sauna benefits. Cold plunge has a lot of powerful benefits. Number one, you have a great enkephalin endorphin release and boost of norepinephrine that tells your body, oh my gosh, like you're about to die kind of thing. And then it creates this inflammatory reduction. So this inflammatory reduction, this cascade effect is very powerful for the body. It allows the body to really reduce inflammation in a powerful way. It helps with joints, it helps with recovery. You don't want to do this after you exercise. Definitely don't want to do this after you exercise because then it nullifies the impact of the exercise, because the goal of exercise is to drive inflammation. You cold plunge after you exercise, it drives back down inflammation and you're not getting the benefits of exercise. So if you want to cold plunge, do it later in the day after you exercise, or do it before you exercise in the morning, which is what I like to do. So the other thing that Stanford Longevity Center uncovered was that cold plunging, it stimulates your BAT cells. Your BAT cells are your brown adipose or adipocytes, right? Your brown fat centers. And they're highly concentrated in the top of your neck and right in your occiput area, which is why when people cold plunge, they should try to get their neck as well and stimulate the upper part of their neck. I typically get it right under my chin, but I get the back of my neck as well. And that will stimulate the BAT cells, which are the brown adipose tissue. And the reason why they're brown is because the high concentration of mitochondria. So you're activating your mitochondria and it creates a lot of benefits. So there's a number of other benefits from cold plunge that I haven't even gotten into, but there's a lot of really cool things that happen when you sauna. So cold shock proteins go out when you are in the cold plunge. Heat shock proteins go out and repair damaged cells. That's their goal, is to repair damaged cells. There's been this really great research done at the University of Eastern Finland that showed that there's a 40% reduction in cardiovascular deaths with regular use of the saunas. And the saunas will actually increase your heart rate and will mimic the exercise within the body. You could go for a long jog, or you could go into the sauna and you could get similar cardiovascular benefits as your heart rate increases because of the stress of the heat. So there are a number of other things that it does. It helps clean the skin and detox the body, because the body is really looking in the sauna to get rid of impurities and to open up pores. So it can help to cleanse the body and detox the body. It's been shown to remove toxins, even environmental toxins, from the body, which is very powerful. Now, if you've got some mercury fillings in your mouth and you've been exposed to lead or cadmium or uranium or something like that, you'll need proper chelation and proper detoxification, but saunas can certainly help. So if you were to prioritize one or the other, right, which one should you prioritize? Some people would say if you've got heart disease and you're wanting heart disease prevention, you want to do the sauna over the cold plunge, right? If you're wanting to reduce inflammation and pain, then you should do cold plunge because it helps with recovery, right? And helps to reduce inflammation. But they're both beneficial. They're both very powerful. But there is one right now that has more research behind it and is more, stronger behind longevity than the other. Now, how do I use these? I personally use the sauna 3 times a week at a minimum. And when I miss my saunas, I miss my saunas. Like, it really emotionally is challenging. But, I get a book. I like to read. It's a place where I'm not on my phone. I like to disengage from the world and, get my sweat on, get my detoxification on, get my heart rate up, and for people that are wanting to relax, it's very relaxing. So I play some music, and the sauna that I use is an inner light sauna. So it's a 4-person sauna. It's got a bench on one side, a bench on the other side. And when my wife and I are in it together, she's laying down on one bench, I'm laying down on another. And my goal is to get it as hot as I can. And the ambient temperature of the sauna really changes the temperature inside the sauna. So in the winter, we have ours in our garage. In the winter, the garage will get a little cooler, and then the sauna doesn't get as hot. In the summer, it's like I'm only able to do 30 minutes of sauna. So the research in Finland was done in steam sauna. Wasn't done in infrared sauna. However, they're both very beneficial. So cold plunge, your goal is to do it for 12 minutes a week, roughly. So if you do it for 3 minutes, 3 times a week, that is the protocol that I would recommend that gets the best benefits with cold plunge. I have found for myself and a lot of people, analgesia forms after the first minute and a half. So what ends up happening is as you're in the cold plunge, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out, I gotta get out, gotta get out. And then the natural painkillers of the body, analgesia, flows throughout the body, and you end up not feeling so bad. So from like a minute to the 3-minute mark, typically it's a lot easier than the first minute. So if you can get past the first minute, then you're good. And that's why I always push to getting to 3 minutes. And a little hack for cold plungers is you can, if you're at a 5-star resort, just ask them to fill your tub with ice. And so you just put in cold water at the end of the night, jump in there, and I'll put on a timer for 3 minutes. And that is like a really, really powerful cold plunge. So I cold plunge everywhere I travel. I just have the hotels do it. Now, 4-star hotels typically will charge you. They'll be like, oh, well, there's a service charge to that. I'm like, how much is it? They typically charge me anywhere from $20 to $100 to fill the tub. Now, if it's $100, I'll do that for, say, an event that I'm speaking at, a longevity event that I'm putting on or that I'm speaking at. But if it's not, then I'll be like, is it really worth $100 to do this tonight? So again, when I'm doing events, I actually have the tub filled with ice every single night. And say it's a 4-day event, I'll probably cold plunge 3 of the 4 days, and it is awesome. It helps you get a better sleep if you do it at night because it drops your body temperature. That's what you need to do to get into deep delta wave sleep. And there's a lot of other benefits. So my final thoughts is that both have benefits, both are amazing, both are very transformative. They're different, right? But sauna takes the gold when it comes to a lot of the research that has been done, as well as various results that people get from it. And the ease of use of a sauna versus a cold plunge. You're gonna get a lot more people to go into the sauna than into a cold plunge. So if you've liked this, please share it with your friends, your family, your loved ones, people that could get benefit from getting this information. Please subscribe as well, and click that bell button, and that will notify you of new content that comes out. That will give you even more cutting edge information. Longevity is moving at the speed of light right now, and so you want to stay on the cutting edge of the information that is out there, and I'm committed to helping you stay on that cutting edge. And I was just on a call with Dimitri, who runs longevity-book.com and Longevity Investment Bank and Longevity Card and all these cool longevity businesses. And he's done a lot of research in Silicon Valley on what the future of longevity looks like. And man, it is changing so fast. So definitely subscribe and click that bell button so you stay on the cutting edge of things that I'm learning as I'm interacting with researchers, doctors, clinicians that practice longevity medicine and regenerative medicine. And I can't wait to add more value to you in the future. Thanks so much.